Joining us now in Studio B is the running backs coach of BYU in his first year, which is the case for a lot of the guys on the offensive staff. New to the system, AJ Steward. AJ, welcome back to Studio B.
Oh.
Great to be here. Appreciate you guys having me.
Are you in the best shape of any coach on the staff?
Kalani kind of alluded to that.
I think he's giving me too much credit. I had 2 donuts for breakfast, so
I saw you eat those too.
I think, yeah, there's a couple guys who I think who can get me. And I mean, it just depends on what we're talking about. We're talking weight room. We're talking running a mile.
Weight room. Who's the strongest coach?
I'm gonna probably go with Harvey Unga. He's a sleeper. He doesn't really look like it. If he were to eat a little bit better, I think he would. But he can toss some weight around.
Yeah, speaking of donuts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys play pickup too, basketball, I think.
For sure.
Right? So
who's
the best basketball player? Is it Harvey? Because I played with Harvey.
Harvey
good.
can go.
Lefty.
Harvey can go. So we like to call ourselves we're like LeBron and Kyrie. You know, when they won.
So you don't get along?
We do get along
okay.
when they got along.
Oh, when they got along.
2016 Cleveland edition.
Yeah. But we have that relationship
So
where
who's Kyrie? Who's making the game-winning 3 in Game 7?
I say Harvey.
Oh, come on.
Harvey's Kyrie. I'm more of just a setup man, you know, but I'm known to be able to carry us if we need to.
Okay.
Very nice. Very
I'd
nice.
rather be LeBron too. AJ Steward with this BYU running backs coach. Let's go ahead and just throw in the crossover. Oh, look at that step back.
That's
Jay
called the Harlem Shake.
Coach.
That's the Harlem Shake right
That's
there.
the
It's
real
back.
Harlem Shake.
It is back. Is that Rucker Park or what?
What was that experience like? That whole Harlem experience, not just basketball, but being
back.
there.
That is sweet.
Oh, the Harlem experience was amazing. It was great just to get around those kids and just see really the greatest part was just seeing our players. And really the kids thought they were getting something out of the experience, but we were all like getting more than they were, you know, just seeing how much of an impact we have. And sometimes you take it for granted, you know, we're, you know, just driving around the streets of Provo and going back and forth to work or to practice and things like that. You don't really, it doesn't really sink into how many, you know, people kind of look up, you know, to you and look forward to, you know, having contact with you and just the type of impact you can make in our community. So it was really great experience. And all the coaches' wives got to come and things like that. So it was just a great overall, you know, family experience for our program.
Yeah, it's awesome because Lavelle Edwards goes there on a mission, and then this continues like 15 years later, which is awesome. So you coach the running backs. Why is this group ready for this kind of schedule?
I think these guys, they've put the work in order to be successful with the schedule like this. I always tell them, don't be satisfied with where you are. And I think those guys take the challenge every single day to get a little bit better. And not only is their work ethic there, their attention to detail is getting to where we want it to be. There's going to be about 3 or 4 plays every game that are going to make the difference. And what our job is in this offseason right now is preparing those guys mentally for those 3 or 4 plays, and we have to be ready to capitalize on those things. So I think they're all they've been really locked in. They've been putting in work. You know, we leave the office, you know, at 7 o'clock at night. We see guys out there, you know, playing catch. We see guys out there doing drills on their own and things like that. When you see that,
They know when you leave the office, so they'll be 7 o'clock. They're leaving.
I think it's pretty genuine, but it's been great just to see that. So there's a lot of confidence you have as a coach when you see that. So with that being said, I really feel like these guys are prepared for a schedule like this.
How close are you to picking your starting rotation of running backs?
I think it'll probably go all the way up through camp, all the way into the first week of the game. I like that because it's a physical sport. And at some point, whether you're the 4th running back or the 1st, we're going to be calling on you to make a play for us during the season. You know, guys get banged up. Different scenarios come up in a game where you have to be ready to answer the call. So I don't want anybody to feel like they've arrived yet, in a sense as well. But also on top of that, just everybody has to be prepared. And if you feel sorry that you're the 4th-string running back, or you feel too good that you're and get complacent because I've told you you're the 1st-string running back, that's not what I want as a coach, because truthfully we're counting on every single person in our room.
There's quite a mix of running backs that you have to assess, guys that are the Thunder and others that are Lightning, the scat backs. How do you manage all of that as you try and put together a new offense that wants to be multiple, but still try and get everybody playing time in the right positions? How do you do that?
Well, simply I prepare them for every facet of our offense. I'm not okay with just a guy who we just bring in to run the jet sweep, or hey, we'll put you in on passing downs, or we can't trust you to pass protect, so I'm going to take you out on third down. I prepare these guys to be every down backs. And so once again, there's injuries that occur. We may be counting on 2 guys to run us through a whole game, so I'm not going to feel good as a coach that I didn't prepare a guy and I just made an excuse, hey, you just can't block. But now we're counting on them to pick up a big blitz on a third down. So those guys understand that every single down is important, and we're going to coach them up in our room to be prepared to play every down of the game.
Is Kavika Fonua expected to be healthy during the season? Because he had like the Gordon Hayward type injury in spring, and it was like everyone stopped, and it was pretty serious.
For sure, he'll be ready to roll. He's not
for Arizona.
We'll see.
Wow.
He'll be ready.
Great.
He'll be ready to roll. He's another hardworking guy, and he loves football. So I don't put anything past those guys. And with the technology and the things that we have now in our training room, I think if we can get him there, he'll definitely be ready to roll. But he's looking good now. He's moving around, no boot, anything. And
that's great.
He's ready to roll.
No secret that Jeff Grimes values the run game and the big boys and the offensive line and just physical domination up front. How will that factor into run-pass balance in this offense?
I think we're going to be a very balanced team. Even though he does have that passion for the run game, he still wants our offense to be successful. So he's not going to, run his head into a brick wall just to run the ball on a defense that's, packing a box. And we're going to be prepared to face anything that the defense may throw at us. And I like the analogy that he's used to kind of explain what type of offense we're going to be. And I had to do my own research. He compares it with the old MMA when mixed martial arts first started, and they were different types of fighters, street fighters and guys who knew how to do submission holds and things like that. And so the submission hold guys were getting bruised up, but then final round they get them in a chokehold, and the bigger guy would tap out. So as the sport evolved, the bigger guys started learning how to do submissions and being more multiple in what they could do. And that's what we want to be as an offense. We don't want to just be these big guys who, once a guy, we're going against a smaller defense that knows how to put us in a submission, we can't put in a counterattack. So I love that analogy that he uses, and it's really explains what we're going to be as an offense. So I'm excited about it.
If you see the whole offense in a jiu-jitsu class, do not be shocked. Okay? They're going to learn what they need to learn.
Yeah, whose ears perked up when Jeff Grimes went to the MMA analogy? Eli Tuiaki.
He's like,
yeah, let's go.
He's like, sure. Jeff, I did this, right?
Yeah.
AJ, great to have you with us. Thanks for the insight into the running backs room.
Appreciate you guys.
We'll see you.